It all starts by learning how to say hello in Italian. So let's learn how to break the ice and put a smile on the locals' faces with a few common Italian greetings, and you'll be adopted into La Famiglia, the family, in no time. To help you learn and to practice using these phrases I'm going to share with you, make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet for this lesson, which you'll find in the description below this video. Pronti? Are you ready? Cominciamo! Let's get started. Before we learn the top 10 common ways that Italians say hello to each other, it's important that I explain how Italians use them so you don't offend anyone. In Italian, it's important to know that there is a formal and an informal way to address another person. Unlike in English, our version of being formal and informal is the difference between not swearing and just using sophisticated words. Italian has an informal tense or form, which is used when speaking with good friends, young people, children, and your family members. Basically anyone you know well. This is the key. However, when speaking to a person you don't know well, such as a superior, a shopkeeper, a waiter, a teacher, a professor, or someone of important social standing, such as a doctor or police officer, then you should address them, him or her, in the formal form. When you become more familiar with someone, you may change from using the formal tense to the informal tense. According to custom, it's the elder person who initiates this change. And it's handy to learn both of these forms, even if you don't use the informal form very much. Whenever in doubt, the safe option to use is the formal form. And if you get them mixed up, don't worry, Italians know that you're still learning Italian and they'd just be happy that you're even making an effort. Okay, let's take a look at the top 10 common ways that Italians say hello. The first way is
Ciao.
Now this is the most common Italian greeting that actually means both hello and goodbye, and it can be used at any time of day. When you are meeting some friends, for instance, be it morning or evening, you can say ciao both when you meet and when you say goodbye. Since ciao is an informal greeting, you only really use it in conversations with friends or family or people you know very well. Avoid using it with people of high social importance, such as police officers, doctors, your boss, or a teacher. The origins of ciao are rather interesting too, with its roots in the Venetian dialect. To learn more about that, watch this video here. The original phrase was ciao vostro, which literally meant I am your slave. This phrase was typically used to say I am there if you need me, similar to the English at your service. And it was an expression or promise of goodwill among friends. Depending on how you say ciao, it can take on a new meaning. For example, if you say it 2 times or 3 or 4 times in a row, like ciao ciao, this actually means bye bye, I'm in a hurry. When an Italian is super happy to see you, they will actually drag out the pronunciation of the A in the word ciao, which is them basically saying, hi, I'm so happy or I'm amazed to meet you. And it sounds like ciao. If Italians want to be sarcastic, you might hear them say sì, ciao, meaning yeah, right. Another way Italians say hello is
Salve.
This means hello and bye, and this is both an informal and a formal Italian greeting. Now, many Italian greetings can be clearly classified as formal or informal, but salve is a special case. Like ciao, it means both hello and goodbye, but it is also viewed as both formal and informal, depending on the context. However, it does tend to be a little more on the formal side. You probably won't hear salve from someone that you've been good friends with for a long time. When in doubt, the safest bet is to say salve. The word salve comes from the Latin verb salvere, which means to be well or in good health, and it relates to salvus, meaning health. The English words to salute and salutations have similar roots, so let this be a memory hook to help you remember. You can use salve if you want to salute someone in a formal or an informal situation and any time of day. Another way that Italians greet each other is with
Che piacere vederti. Che piacere rivederti.
This means how nice to see you or how nice to see you again. This is an informal Italian greeting. And these literally mean what a pleasure to see you and what a pleasure to see you again, respectively. Italians tend to use these expressions when they haven't seen someone in a while, or with someone that they see often but are genuinely excited to see them again. The next phrase that Italians use to say hello is with
Buongiorno.
This means good morning, and it is an informal and a formal greeting used before 3 or 4 p.m. Just like in English, some Italian greetings are only appropriate for a certain time of day. It would feel weird if someone greeted you with a good afternoon or a good evening at 10 a.m., wouldn't it? Buongiorno literally means good day. This is a compound word, which means that there are two words put together, buon and giorno. Buongiorno, good day. You can use this to say good morning and good afternoon in Italian. You can safely use this up until around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Buongiorno is a formal alternative to ciao before 4 p.m. and it is a polite phrase that you can use whenever greeting a stranger or you're in a public place like a shop or a cafe. The next phrase is
Buonasera.
and this means good afternoon or good evening. This is both an informal and a formal greeting that is used after that 3 or 4 p.m. time frame. From late afternoon, from 4 p.m. onwards, you no longer can use buongiorno. I mean, well, you could, but it would sound a bit strange, right? Instead, you can say buonasera, which literally means good evening. Again, this is also a compound word. Buona, good, sera, evening. It is perfectly acceptable to say buonasera up until as late as 10 p.m. in formal and informal situations. People use this phrase with friends, but it is slightly more polite than saying ciao. And like buongiorno, it is a polite phrase to use when you enter a shop or another public place, or whenever you're likely to encounter people who you don't know. When you are leaving and you want to wish someone a good evening, use the phrase buona serata. Buona serata. The next phrase I'm going to teach you is a bit more colloquial, and it's very specific to the area of Rome and the Lazio area. But it is so expressive and I couldn't help but share it with you. If you want to learn more about Roman greetings, watch this video here. Now this actually translates to hey or hi or wow. It is
Ciao.
Now when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Use Roman greetings. If you want to sound Roman or even impress your newfound Roman friends, say, oh. This is a very informal greeting, and it's not really used anywhere else in Italy, as it's from the Roman dialect called Romanesco. Again, if you want to learn more about Roman words and expressions, watch this video here. This Roman greeting is very common among friends, and you'll often hear them say something like,
Oh, ciao, come ti butta?
Meaning, oh, hey, hi, how's it going? This literally means, how are you throwing yourself? I just love the imagery, don't you? Now, "ao" is also used as an exclamation to mean something like, oh, wow, and it is added either to the beginning or at the end of a sentence for emphasis. If you're traveling to Rome, make sure you watch my travel video here. The next phrase we're going to learn is
Buondì.
Now this is an alternative to buongiorno. Now this means hello and also good morning, and it is an informal and a formal Italian greeting. Buondì is a variation of buongiorno that literally means good day. Wait a minute, I thought buongiorno literally meant good day. Give me a second and I'll explain. Now this is also used to say hello at around the same time and in both formal and informal situations. Now that di that you see, that comes straight from the Latin word dies, which also means day. Now, buondì as a greeting is less used than buongiorno, but will add variety to your speech and also impress your Italian friends. Naturally, your Italian friends will be just glad to hear you say ciao or buongiorno from you. But if you say
Buondì, come va?
good morning, how's it going? You might just win a few more brownie points. Another way that you can greet someone in Italian is by saying
Piacere di conoscerti.
This means nice to meet you. When you are introduced to someone new or in any part of the world, you need to know how to reply. The Italian way to do this is piacere di conoscerti, and this is used in informal situations. You can even skip the second half of the phrase and just say
Piacere.
This literally means pleasure. Now, it is quite common for the following exchange to happen when two Italians meet for the first time.
Piacere. Piacere.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Another possible reply that you can use is
Altrettanto.
which means just as much or same to you. The next Italian greeting is
Piacere di conoscerla.
Now, this also means nice to meet you, but this is the formal form. Unlike in English, Italian has an informal and a formal you. There is tu, and then there's lei, and a few related forms. Now, this is a formal way of saying nice to meet you to someone that you would use the formal pronoun lei with. Another way that Italians say hello is
Pronto?
This means hello, but literally it means ready. Now, this is a neutral Italian greeting because it's used in a very specific context. That's right, when answering the phone, Italians don't say ciao or even buongiorno. They say pronto, which means ready. In other words, they are ready to listen and ready to talk. It is used in both formal and informal situations because, after all, you can't predict who is on the other end of the line, right? Could be someone that you know or that you don't know. So next time you answer the phone in Italy, make sure you say pronto. Now it's time to share with you some top tips when using Italian greetings. Now, when greeting someone, Italians often use a combination of all the greetings that I've shown to you today. For example, in Rome, you might hear
Oh, ciao, come stai?
or
Salve, buongiorno.
or.
Salve, che piacere vederti.
There are as many ways to say goodbye in Italian as there are to say hello in Italian. To learn more, watch this video here. Now that you know all the ways to say hello in Italian, don't stop here. Keep practicing and download your free PDF cheat sheet that I've created especially for you for this lesson. And you can find a link to that in the description below this video. To make sure you never miss a future lesson, hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications. If you enjoyed this lesson, then you'll love Intrepid Italian, my series of online self-paced video courses that break down everything you need to know about Italian using my unique 80-20 method. Just visit intrepiditalian.com for more details. And make sure you watch this video here to brush up on the most essential Italian travel phrases. And watch this video here to learn how to say you're welcome in Italian like a native. Until next time, thanks for watching. Un abbraccio. Ciao!